Spreading, ma'am.
Spreading.
Diffusion is
Widely spreading, ma'am.
what is spreading? Spreading of what? Here we are talking in the context of the product and the product ideas. What affects the rate of adoption? So your complexity, then your complexity, comparability, then trialability, servability, and your so-called, see, these are the things, relative advantage. These are the things that will have an effect in terms of the adoption of the products, or in terms of like in between discontinuing the products. Characteristics affecting new product diffusion. So this is in particular with the new product decision. Besides psychology and people, product factors determine the rate of diffusion. Relative advantage, degree to which an offering is perceived as being better than the ideas it spread, supersedes. So here see, what is relative advantage? If a customer perceives a higher relative advantage of a product such that it appears better than an existing offering. If one existing offering is offering means product or service is already there, but the new product is something which you have overviewed it and you feel that comparatively to this existing product, new product is far better, it spreads up that product diffusion. It spreads up and the idea spreads. The relative advantage factor captures multiple dimensions here. It may be the characteristics of the price or the attributes that is already there, including technical performance, cost saving, status and all. Although this relative advantage is a necessary condition for product adoption, it is not a sufficient one. That's if the other four factors fail to support product diffusion, even significant relative advantage can lead to slow adoption. So if the product diffusion is not supporting it, so at that point of time you may have the production rate may, or the adoption rate may come down. For example, new keyboard layouts for English language typist is significantly more efficient than the traditional QWERTY keyboard, but it has attractive few users because of its lack of compactability. Compactability means how easily it is friendly, user friendly. Then customers gauge new products according to how consistent they are with the existing values, users and experiences. Greater compatibility with existing product usages, then spread product adoption. So they will not only try to promote the product, at the same time it will try to associate certain unwritten attributes or intangible attributes along with the product. If a new offering instead requires consumers to break a habit or violate their traditional beliefs, traditional belief or adoption has been a slow one here. Then here see, example they have given for compactability. Relative advantage, the degree of offering is better and it will supersede it. Then when we talk about the compactability, degree of which the user friendly product. Then 49 to 87% of the variance in the rate of adoption is explained by 5 different factors. Again, that is, what are those 5 different factors? We have seen it. So one of the factor is your complexity, degree to which the offering is perceived as relative difficult to understand and use it. So it may be an online banking, or it may be the speed of the Google, or it may be like when you talk about your spreadsheets, when you talk about your Excel and all. So to what extent the complexity of the usage is there. In the beginning, when computer was launched and all, people were not easily adapting it. Later, when once they realize it, the your compatibility of the computer, then they slowly and steadily people compatibility, and especially in when we talk about Google, the search of knowledge engine. So when we started using it, then we understood the importance of it. Then the next one is triability. Degree to which an offering may be experimented on the limited basis, free samples, demos, test drives, especially silent features for the high cost, time, risky products and all. Observability, degree to which the results of an offering are visible to the others. Observability, tangibility, in otherwise we can just have a synonym like tangibility, especially salient features for status products. When we talk about the high creamy layer society and all, there certain brands are meant, they feel that these brands are meant for them only. Or if any higher middle class people purchase it and all, so they will not, they term that they means, I am talking about both the people who will observe them, or in particular the person one who is using it. So they automatically their mindset will shift to the higher version of the society, that is the what you say creamy layer brand, or sorry creamy layer society. So here complex one of the example I can give you is here complexability. When we talk about difficult to understand or use, generally suffers from low diffusion. Here the diffusion or adaptability is quite low. Education instead can spread acceptance. Google's every here Google's very simple search screen helped expand its speed and spread. In contrast, in contrast, when we talk about now any information, if we talk in general, we log on to Google. This has been a what you can say generic name. It has been a generic name. See, in this context, I can give one more example is your Xerox. Actually, when we want to duplicate a paper, we don't say duplicate copy, we say Xerox. We are indirectly using the term of the company, the brand of the company, that it is the Xerox machine. Xerox is a company name, is a company name. It is the output of the product, is the output of that machine is what exactly, it is a duplicate copy which is giving you, but what you say Xerox ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. Even till the extent when this is what the competitive advantage has been strategized in such a way that we in turn of using the duplicate copy, the term duplicate copy, we use the term Xerox. See how it has entered, why this particular strategy has come into picture, and who is the company which is behind this. Here one such company was known as Caterpillar. Caterpillar came out with a Xerox machine, and the competitive advantage, the strategy that they used was so what do you say focused and so rigorously and aggressively they worked out on the strategy that this name has become a quite common name in terms of when we use a duplicate copy. STP BOR strategies should be adopted. STP. What is STP? What is STP? Anybody? What is STP? Anybody?
Segmentation, targeting, and positioning.
Where do you use it?
Position of products or services.
Position of
Products or services.
where to position exactly? Tell me. Give me an example for that. Anybody?
Ma'am, when we launch new products, ma'am.
When you launch new product, any example? Any example? Any example that you can give? When you launch a new product, you use STP. Otherwise, you don't use STP. Otherwise, you don't use STP. Tell me fast.
To understand the market, ma'am.
Huh?
Understand the market and customers' expectation. Like if we are launching like segmentation, if we are launching a particular like a Maggie, like we can divide the customers based on the age, like
Based on the age.
based on the age, based on their income, and based on the like their preferences. And the targeting means like we target on the particular sector, like what customers we have segmented. So based on then we target our product, ma'am. Positioning means like we have to make our brands in their mindset, like their retention of customers, ma'am, when compared to other brands in the market. We have to make our brand superior.
Correct. Correct. But what exactly? Can you give me an example? I said.
Example. Okay.
Can you just give me an example with respect to STP?
iPhone, ma'am. iPhones.
Explain iPhone. Just anybody, just help him out, or even you can share your ideas. In iPhone,
like they segmented their market in such a
explain
way,
STP in iPhone.
STP, like they have segmented their product in such a way that they only target to the posh customers. Like they give more preference to the posh people, ma'am. Like rich culture, like something.
Like it is higher end in pricing. It is a higher end product, right?
Like most of the middle class people like don't
Even
afford
the
it.
higher middle class is also middle class, and higher middle class is also going for that product now. You have various ranges, so that is why every 6 months and something like that they come on. They come out with a newer version of the product. Yeah, tell me next. Good. Still.
iPhone, then like
Car, ma'am. Rolls Royce.
L'Oreal, ma'am. Like they are particularly targeting women from the age group of 18 to 40.
So here segment means particular market. You may be the marketing may be no online marketing. When we talk about online marketing, we are targeting only for the people who are using internet services or internet banking. Then when we talk about your this one target The main target is the people who are netizers. Here, segment is what the people of netizers, and target is people who are using net. Then positioning, how, what is the position that they have made? Sitting at one place just by a single click, you will be able to reach out the work. This is how the things have become shown. Segmenting and targeting strategies. Focus on vertical markets, intra-segment communication, no takeaways, large relative advantage. That is your large relative advantage. So when you are working here, what they are stressing on is in segmenting and targeting strategies, you need to work on the intra-segment strategies only. And here you will have a larger advantage when you start working with the intra-segment category. Then low end or new markets or disruptive innovations. Here at the lower end or when you enter into new markets, you have to go with the disruptive advertising, this one innovations. Target bench heads for bowling alley effect. Here target bench heads for bowling alley effect, reverse back and a bounce back things have to be handled. Select segment where 5 factors are the best. Select one such segment which when we have spoken about these 5 factors, right? Compactability, observability, trialability, all these, then complexity, all these or relative advantage, it has to work out. You can go through these, keeping these criteria terminologies into mind and have one strategy for this and go and reach that. Reach the customers through these strategies. Then positioning. Positioning here strategies, positioning strategies make offerings compatible to existing offerings. Make offerings compatible to existing offerings means you, as you have already told, that there is Samsung, there is iPhone, there is so-called many other companies, this one Androids and all, but still there are other offerings which will be compatible and feasible for you to use it. And when once the maybe with the camera and all that they show, or maybe the clarity and all that they show in their ads and all, you feel like you will be provoked directly and indirectly to purchase a product. Education and simplicity are key to messaging. Free samples reduce risk, use warranty and trial periods, enhance visibility, enhance visibility, enhance visibility, enhance visibility and see visibility of the users and the testimonials. Why testimonials are so very important? We see down the line that common man giving testimonials will have a different impact, and the brand ambassadors giving a testimonials will have different impacts. One second, hold on. So therefore testimonials play a major role. Migration strategists, visionaries and pragmatists. How to persuade gatekeepers. Persuade gatekeepers means the decision makers. Ultimately the decision makers in the market. The decision makers in the family may be the parent, the elderly people, the elder siblings and all. Building references and testimonials. Big remember here, but here remember that being first is not a guarantee of a success. Being the pioneer in the market may not confirm your success. Ultimately 65-year-old history on impact of market entry talks that failure rate of the pioneers is 47% and pioneers are ultimately leaders in only 11% of the category for the past 10 years data collected. So therefore first mover advantage is trumped by followers who are better. First mover advantage, there is something known as first mover advantage. We are now, the example what I gave, the Xerox machine is said to be the first mover advantage only. So whichever company who comes out with a product, maybe when you talk about your Boost, your Horlicks and all, so or there was one such product known as Nutramil. Same health drink, it was mix how you mix Boost with milk and drink, in the same way Nutramol was there. That was a first mover advantage at that point of time, but that slowly and steadily it couldn't reach that or the pace or the speed of the market. The other new products came with their ads, heavy advertisements and all. They were able to reach out the or beat the first mover. Being a pioneer without the basis for sustainable competitive advantage is a trap. Psychology, people and product factors determines product diffusion. Here see a product with a slow adoption. So which are these products with slow adoption? Record players, your record players and microwave ovens and all. They are slow in terms of adoption. Product with fast adoption, compact discs and all. This is how it, see the curve, how it increase in the beginning itself. Whereas a fad product, Banyan babies, here you have different products which may or may not be adjusted to the culture, and the adaptability is very the percentage of the adaptability we can see that it's less. Laptops, PCs, portables and all, frequent revitalization. Personal computers, revitalization means you keep on changing it down the line, you always want yourself to upgrade it. Then vast diffusion model for new product adoption capture multiple factors. What are these 3 P's? Mathematical model used to forecast the rate of the consumer adoption. What is that here they have given? See, product into remaining potential divided by innovation effect, that is plus quantity into adopter proportion into remaining potential is imitation. What is the difference between imitation of a product and the innovation of a new product? So here n they have given n is here n is number of adopters at a time. Nt is a number of adopters at a time. That is your number of products sold in a particular time. Then P is your coefficient of innovation, propensity of adoption independent of the previous adopters. Previous the people who have adopted this product in the previously. Then your Q is the coefficient of imitation, propensity of adoption, function of number of adopters as a requirement for the number of adopters. Adopters is equal to number plus here n0 plus n1 gives, this is something like your series of numbers. Remaining potential, that is your total potential, minus your adopters. So what you can do is, what is the imitation, what is the innovation? You always try together, you will try to adopt imitation and innovation together. You will have a this one countability and then try to adopt a product. So you people have completed your assignment? Hello? Hello? You're able to hear me? Hello? Now anyhow exams will come, then you will understand. In spite of asking no answers, why is that? Estimating the parameters of VAST model. Here see BMW, here B and W, that is your black and white TV, innovation parameters and the imitation parameters. Then color TV, room air conditioner, here they have given some of the parameters wherein they have calculated it. Clothes, clothes dryers, ultrasound imaging, then CD players, cellular telephones, micro oven, hybrid, and home PCs. Then your example forecasting director TV, example of your use of a brass diffusion model. Your market size estimates from the customer survey. One is market size, you will be able to access the market size and estimate it from the customer survey. Diffusion parameters estimated from the managerial judgments and analogous products like your cable TVs and all. Then results is what 5-year forecast made for 3 years before the launch. So what 60% of the actual result it may give you when you launch the product. Then another part is like forecast justified earlier launch of the satellite from the expanded transmission of the capability. Here capability, this is just an example which you can take in the same way when I can say there was one such concept known as what is that modem. Like generally we had cable TVs and all, then later became the dish TVs and how it has replaced it. Then your trade-off or here is a situation where that involves diminishing or losing one quantity or property of a set of design in return to gains another aspects. So your cable TVs in return it has taken place, that is trade-offs it has happened and it has taken place by your cable TVs in terms of your dish connectivity, that is your what do you say, we have n number of companies like your Reliance Dish, Reliance TV, then your Airtel, Isco Laga Dala, that this one Americans was there, see, that is one thing. Then the other local channels also you will get. Other than that, you have even other this one setup connections of the cable. Then in simple terms, a trade-off is where one thing increases and the another thing must decrease. This is quite common. This is general funda that we come across. Trade-offs stem from the limitations of many origins. The concept of trade-offs suggests that the tactical or strategic choice made with full comprehension of the advantages and disadvantages of each setup. In economics, trade-offs is commonly expressed in terms of opportunity cost of one potential choice, which is loss of the best available alternative. So trade-offs, like to gain something we have to forego something. Unless we forego something we cannot. No, when once you are growing, example I'll give you, when once you are growing with a very good business and with very good this thing, so if you stay with very good profits and all, if you don't standardize your standard of living, then what generally what happens is that you don't feel that your growth is happening. So you will ultimately try to you enhance your standard of living. When you enhance your standard of living, your expenditure increases. When your expenditure increases, you feel that there is still requirement for the spreading of the business, for the growth of a higher this one enhancements of the profits. So here what you do, higher your standard of living, higher the income levels. Understood? This is directly or vice versa we can say. So this is some people what they do is they try to increase the standard of living. Ultimately, to fulfill that standard of living, we try to increase our various avenues to have profits or revenue. This we will have it tomorrow. Product services trade-offs. Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Masudan.
Yes.
Ritik.
Yes, Karthik.
Next which class, Masudan?
Direct tax.
Okay. Bye. Prithvi.
ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ್
Prithvi. Tiffin ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನಿಂದು
ಏನಪ್ಪ ಬರ್ದಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್?
ಬರೆದಿನಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸರಿ.
ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ ನೀನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀವಳ್ಳಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಲೇ ಹೊರಗ್ ಬರ್ದಿರಿ.
ಹೊರಗ್ ಬರ್ದಿಯ?
ಇನ್ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕಪ್ಪ. ಈ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಂದ ಬರಿಬೇಕು.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವತ್ ಬರ್ದ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಡಾಕತ್ತೀನಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನೀನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವ.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಪ್ಪ ಇನ್ನು ನಾಳೆ ಒಂದಿನ ಐತಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು.
PDF ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀನು.
ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರಿ.
ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ನೀನು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಮಾಡಾಕ. ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರಿ ಬಾಯ್.